Hello, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Sana. Today we are going to talk about daily hormonal and sexual patterns happening in men's health. We all know that female body is going through cyclic changes in every month, and the hormonal changes or hormones depends on these cyclic changes happening in their body. Men's body is completely different from female body, that they don't have this. The men's body doesn't depend on the cyclic changes, or men's body doesn't have these kind of cyclic changes in their body in a month, or they don't have monthly cycles like women. Their body changes goes, or their hormonal changes goes on in a constant pace, not as a cyclic changes as in female. In this constant pace, there are real daily hormonal or sexual patterns that influence mood, libido, energy, and sexual functions in male body. Let's look into what happens across a typical day in a men's body. Early mornings, let's start. Early morning, the time period between 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. approximately. Does testosterone is peak at this time? The level of the testosterone is highest at this time point in a man's body. At this time, cortisol also rises, which helps you to wake up. Now, what are the sexual effects of these hormones in a man's body? As the testosterone hormone rises, the strongest sexual desire occurs at that time. It is the most common time for morning erections. At this time, erections are usually firmer and easier. Let's look into why it happens. During sleep, especially REM sleep. REM sleep means rapid eye movement sleep. It is at this time the brain activity is more, and there is a rapid eye movement, and dreams are there at this time. The brain increases the level of the testosterone and triggers the erections automatically. Blood flow to the penis is naturally higher at this time. So that's happening in the early morning time in a man's body. Late morning to afternoon, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. time, the hormones, the testosterone, the slowly decline from peak. Dopamine and focus related chemicals are stable. What are the sexual effects of these hormones? Libido is still present because the testosterone is there, but less intense than morning time. So this time, more mental focus, less sexual distractions for most of the men. So this is usually the best productivity window for a man. These times, sexual thoughts are more psychologically driven than hormonal. Okay. Now let's look into the next phase. Late afternoon or evening time, that is from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The hormones like testosterone is moderate to lower at this time. Dopamine and relaxation signal increases. The sexual effects of these hormones are libido may rise again slightly, especially with the emotional connections. Better for intimate, relaxed sex rather than purely physical urge. Why it is so? Because stress decreases after work. Emotional bonding hormones like oxytocin play a trigger role at this time. Now let's look into the next phase, nighttime, from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. time. The hormones, testosterone is at its lowest point. Melatonin rises. Melatonin is the sleep hormone. Melatonin rises at this time. Now let's look into the sexual effects of these hormones. Libido may drop if tired. However, sexual activity can still happen, especially it is especially psychologically driven. Important point is good sleep is crucial because testosterone is restored during the sleep time. Now, next stage during sleep. Especially in rapid eye movement sleep or EM sleep, hormones like testosterone starts rebuilding up, brain cycles through REM sleep stages. The sexual effects are due to these hormone effects, 3 to 5 times automatic erections per night can occur. These are not necessarily sexual, they especially maintain the penile health. So let's look into the hormones involvement in daily life of a man. Testosterone, it is the main driver of libido. Oxytocin, it is the bonding hormones. It also involves in emotional connection. Prolactin, it rises after orgasm, causes relaxation or sleepiness. Cortisol, it is the stress hormone. If cortisol is too high, it reduces libido. Now let's look into daily sexual pattern summary. Morning time is the highest desire plus strongest erections. Midday is balanced, more mental focus occurs in midday. Evening, emotional or relational desire increases in the evening time. At night time, lower hormones depends on energy and mood of the man. At sleep time, it is the recovery phase, plus automatic erections occurs at the time of sleep. So let's look into what can disrupt this cycle. Poor sleep, it is the biggest factor that disrupts this cycle. Stress or anxiety, porn overuse, it affects dopamine sensitivity, low physical activity, substance abuse like alcohol or smoking, hormonal imbalance like low level of testosterone in the body. Important point to note is that men don't have a fixed cycle like a monthly rhythm, but some scholars observe a short cycle of energy or libido throughout the day. It usually linked to the brain chemistry and hormonal pulses. So that's the end of today's topic. Let's meet in another video with a new topic. Thanks for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.